Welcome to the HOPE Dashboard training for district captains, borough captains, and other HOPE administrators. In this training, you will learn how to use the dashboard, a web-based application to support your teams as they canvass their survey areas. Before we begin this training, we want to define a few terms we'll be using. Throughout this training, we will use the term canvasser to represent volunteers from the public, including city employee volunteers, as well as professional outreach staff who will be conducting the survey as they canvass neighborhoods and subway stations. HOPE sites are locations across the city where canvassers will arrive and check in, receive their team assignment and instructions, and be deployed for canvassing. Some sites are virtual, in which case canvassers are directed to team meetup locations. District captains or DCs oversee sites. DCs check in canvassers, assign them to teams, monitor the progress of the count, assists in organizing transportation for individuals who are seeking shelter, and elevate issues to borough captains. DCs are also responsible for the end-of-night reporting for their teams. Borough captains provide support for the DCs when issues arise. This might be arranging transportation to pick up a person seeking shelter, making sure security escorts are available, or deploying additional canvassers to cover an area at risk of not being canvassed. Each team of canvassers will have a team leader who will be responsible for communicating with district captains, determining the order in which areas will be surveyed, reporting areas at risk of not being canvassed, and end-of-night reporting for their team. Now that we have defined the terms we will be using in this training, let's review the course objectives. In this training, you will learn how to navigate the HOPE dashboard. Check in canvassers. Assign canvassers to a team. Monitor progress once canvassers are deployed. And check out canvassers at the end of the night. Now that we know what we will be covering in this course, let's log in to the HOPE dashboard. As part of the pre-HOPE activities, you will be provided a link to the dashboard along with login credentials. In our example, we enter our email address and password and click Login. If you should forget your password, at the login page, click Forgot Password. Then enter your email address and click Get Temporary Password. A temporary password will be emailed to you. Note: certain users when logging in will see a count selection menu before the dashboard is displayed. These users will receive separate information on which account they should select. When you log into the application, the area map screen is displayed. In the top right corner of the screen, you'll find the account name, your user role, and your name. Before starting the count, click the drop-down next to your name to access your profile and choose Edit Profile. On the Edit Profile screen, check that all information is accurate and make any necessary updates. In the phone number field, enter the number you want canvassers to call if they need assistance. This number will show in the mobile application. Please note that user role, zone assigned, and site assigned fields are preset and cannot be altered. After making your updates, click the Save button. We will be reviewing these tabs in the order of how they will be used the night of HOPE. To get started, let's begin with the basic overview of the check-in screen and the check-in process. The Check-in tab is where you check in canvassers on the night of the count. This page is accessed by clicking the Check-in tab. The Check-in screen list view displays the list of all canvassers who registered for the HOPE count, or, in the case of outreach staff, were uploaded by HOPE administrators. From the check-in screen, the district captain and their team will be performing the following actions. Checking in canvassers by confirming their email and phone number from the existing canvasser list or adding them to the list if they arrive the night of HOPE. confirming if a canvasser has a car they are willing to use to transport their team from one area to the next. Assigning canvassers to teams. At the top of the screen, you'll see a KPI tile showing two numbers: the total number of canvassers who have checked in and the total number of canvassers for this count. If you click the information eye icon, you'll see a description of exactly what these numbers represent. When done, click OK. Just below the canvassers attending KPI tile, you'll see the zone and site drop-down menus. These show your assigned location and are preset. You won't be able to change them. To the right, you see the Add Canvasser button, which we will discuss later in this video. Next is the Download Site button. When selected, it generates an Excel file listing all volunteers assigned to your site. To view canvassers on your spreadsheet, click on the Canvassers List tab. Next to the Download Site button is the Display All Canvassers slider. When the slider is set to Yes, you will see every canvasser registered for HOPE, not just those assigned to your site. This is helpful when volunteers from another site are being sent to support your canvassing efforts. When the slider is set to No, you will see only the canvassers assigned to your site or those manually added by your team. Note, when a DC logs in, the default setting is Yes. Before we demonstrate how to add and check in canvassers, there are a few important points to remember. You don't have to assign canvassers to a team when you check them in. That can happen later if you want to see how many people will show up. Keep in mind that it's helpful to deploy teams sooner rather than later to avoid crowding at the physical sites. Now that we have the basics covered, let's start checking canvassers in. To show how to check in canvassers, we'll walk through 3 examples: a canvasser with accurate contact information and a car, a canvasser whose contact information needs updating, and a canvasser arriving from another HOPE site. We will start with the canvasser, whose contact information is correct and has a car. To locate a canvasser we're checking in, we type their name in the search field. As we type the name, the list view begins to update with each character entered. Note, when searching, you may see canvassers from other sites depending on how the Display All Canvassers slider is set. Because of this, your check-in team should be careful to confirm they've selected the correct person and have not accidentally chosen someone from another site. Once the correct canvasser is identified, verify their contact information: name, email, and phone number. In this example, all the information is correct. Next, we ask the canvasser if they have a car with them and they are willing to use it to transport their fellow team members during the count. In this case, they say yes, so we click the Car Check-in slider, changing the field from No to Yes. Now that we've confirmed their contact information and identified that they have a car, we need to assign them to a team. We review the team tiles displayed in the right-hand column and see that Team 2 has no canvassers assigned, and an orange car icon signifying a car is needed. To add the canvasser to Team 2, we select the Team drop-down menu and choose Team 2. The screen reloads and the list view displays Team 2 in the drop-down field. The check-in slider displays in green and is updated to Yes. The Team 2 tile has also been updated, showing 1 team member added and 1 car added. Note, the car icon has changed to green, indicating the car requirement has been met. Assigning canvassers to teams can also be done from the Team tab. We will go over this process later in this video. There are a few things to keep in mind. The email listed is the email they will need to use when signing into the mobile application on their phone. Canvassers must use this email or they will not be able to log into the app. The phone number listed should be for the mobile phone they are using the night of the count. This is necessary in case you need to contact them during the night. Canvassers won't be able to log into the app until they are 1. Checked in, and 2. Assigned to a team. To redisplay the full list of canvassers for your site, click the refresh button. or delete the characters in the search field. Now let's look at our next example, where we need to update the canvasser's contact information. Again, we search for the canvasser. However, this time they inform us that the number listed is not the mobile phone they are using for the count. To update the phone number in the canvasser column, click on the canvasser's name and the Update Canvasser window displays. In the phone field, we add the mobile number. We then click the Save button. The list view updates with the new phone number. Again, we click Refresh to see the full list of canvassers. Now that we have learned how to check in canvassers, we will learn how to add a canvasser who did not register for the Hope count. To add a canvasser who is not registered, we click on the Add Canvasser button. The Create Canvasser window displays. We then add the canvasser's first name, last name, email, and phone number. If we know the team we want to add the canvasser to, we can select the team drop-down and choose a team number. For our example, we will leave this blank. We will also leave the Has Car slider in the default position, which represents no car. We then click the Save button. The canvasser check-in list view displays with the canvasser listed. As you can see, the car column is defaulted to No. The team column displays Select Team. And the checked-in column slider is defaulted to No. This canvasser has a status of unassigned and will need to be checked in at some point. Note: if a canvasser needs to be added to the dashboard on the night of Hope, they must be added in this way. The registration portal will be closed by that point, so canvassers will no longer be able to go to the registration website and enter their information. Now we're going to look at our third example, checking in a canvasser from another site. Sometimes, canvassers initially registered on another site may come to your location or be sent to you from a site with extra canvassers. If this happens, you can reassign them to your site by following the same check-in process explained earlier. Let's demonstrate how this works. First, we search for the canvasser. In the list view, the canvasser is shown as Not Checked In, and the site column indicates the original location where the canvasser was registered. Note, if you don't see the canvasser listed, make sure the Display All Canvassers is set to Yes. We use a slider to check in the canvasser. The site location updates to your location. You can assign the canvasser to a team now or later. To return to the list of canvassers assigned to your site, click Refresh or clear the search field. The list view displays with the canvasser checked in. When you refresh the canvasser check-in screen, the list is pre-sorted to show your site. We've just demonstrated the process to check in canvassers to your site. We will now move on to the Teams tab. The Teams tab provides the district captain the ability to manage their teams and adjust canvasser and area assignments. Let's look at how this page is used to help manage teams. On the top of the screen, there are 4 informational tiles. These tiles provide statistics to help you gain a quick understanding of the team assignments. Areas not assigned to teams, teams without canvassers, teams requiring cars, and teams dismissed. Each tile has a blue informational icon that, when clicked, provides you a definition of the data being presented. Click OK to close the tile. Just below the informational tiles in the Team Management section, there are 3 drop-down menus: Zone, Site, and Teams Dismissed. Zone displays the borough your site is in. Site displays the name of your site. The first 2 drop-downs, Zone and Site, are preset for district captains. The Team Dismissed drop-down menu enables you to display teams dismissed, not dismissed, and none, which is used to show all teams. To demonstrate how this works, we click on the Teams Dismissed drop-down and select Yes. You can see how the screen reloads. As we haven't dismissed any teams, no teams display. We then select the drop-down again and click None to view all teams. Just to the right of the drop-down menu is a Download button, which can be used to generate a PDF of your team cards. Next to that is an Add Teams button that is used to create additional teams. We will discuss this functionality later in this video. Now let's move on to the main section of this screen that shows the team cards. In the weeks leading up to the count, district captains and our HOPE administrators determine how many teams are required to canvass your site and which survey areas teams are responsible for canvassing. To help you understand the data on the team cards, there are two legends, team and area. The team legend shows three icons: car required, car fulfilled, and dismissed. Car required with an orange circle indicates a car is needed. Car fulfilled with a green circle indicates the car requirement has been met. Dismissed with a green checkmark indicates that the team has been dismissed. The area legend shows 5 icons that provide a visual of an area status. Gray is not started, blue is in progress, green is completed, brown is services requested, and red is at risk of not being completed. If services are requested by a team, a star icon appears next to the team's name and in the Area View section next to the area requesting services such as transportation. Additional icons can appear next to a survey area. They include a car icon, indicating a car is required for the survey area, and a police officer or a parks icon, which alerts you that a police or parks officer needs to accompany a team in that area. Now that we understand the legends, let's look at the content on the team cards. In the upper left-hand corner of the team card, you see the team number. Next to the number, there may be icons indicating if a police officer or parks escort or a car is required. As mentioned above, the color of the icon will let you know if the requirement has been met or not. There is also a notes field that lets you add comments to the team card. This can be useful for recording details such as the location of a team requesting services or noting that a team is assigned to canvass specific areas, like the Staten Island Ferry or Penn Station. To open the comments field, click the drop-down arrow. After entering your note, click the Save icon. A success message will appear. You can then click the arrow again to close the comments box. The comments box also includes scroll arrows, so you can review all notes. In the main section of the team card, the canvassers assigned to the team are listed along with their phone numbers. If a canvasser specified that they have a car they are willing to use, there will be a green car icon next to their name. In the Area View column, you will see a colored circle in front of each survey area indicating the status of that area, such as not started, in progress, or completed. Each team card has an Area View hyperlink that, when clicked, displays a map of the team's areas. This pop-up is similar in function to the map pop-up, except it only displays all the survey areas assigned to a team. We click the Cancel button to close the pop-up. It is important to know that if you make changes on the team card, those changes will be reflected on the canvasser's mobile application. In the mobile application, teams see their area assignments, surveys, and team member details. If you make changes during the count, let the affected team leaders know they'll need to refresh the HOPE mobile app on their phones to see those updates. Additionally, they'll find the name and phone number of the DC assigned to that site. Now that we've reviewed the main section of the team management screen, we will look at the right-hand column of the page, which includes additional functionality to help you manage your teams. In the right-hand navigation pane, there are 2 lists: canvassers and areas. The canvassers list contains a list of all the canvassers who have been checked in at your site, both assigned and Unassigned to Teams. Just below the tab name, there is a search field that can be used to find any text on the canvasser cards. To demonstrate how this works, we will enter the last name of one of the canvassers. As we type the name, the canvasser's card is displayed. To redisplay the full list, we remove the name from the search field. In addition to searching, you can filter the list. To do this, we click on the filter icon to display the filter options. You can filter on team number, assigned or unassigned, or car. Multiple filters can be applied if required. To demonstrate, we will start with the assigned or unassigned filter and select assigned. We will then use the car filter and select yes. We then click the apply button. We now see all the canvassers who are assigned to a team and have a car. When you want to view the complete list of canvassers, click the Clear Filter link. Now let's look at the Areas List tab to see how that works. The Areas tab includes all the areas assigned to your site. Each area card displays the area name, a map icon that, when selected, displays a map of the area, the team number, as well as icons to indicate if a parks or police escort is needed. The search and filter functionality is the same as we demonstrated for the canvassers list. The only difference is that there are more filter choices. To demonstrate, we click on the filter icon and you see the filter options for area code, team number, car needed, park, and police. We click the Cancel button to close the filter. Areas with the code starting with the letter T are subway stations and have their station location included in the area card. If canvassers have not already been assigned to a team on the Check-in tab, they can be assigned on the Teams tab. To assign a canvasser to a team, click and drag the canvasser's card to a team. As a reminder, canvassers must be checked in on the Check-in tab before they will appear on the canvasser's list. On the Teams tab, the first person assigned to a team is automatically designated as the team leader, and their name and contact information is at the top of the team tile. This person is your designated contact for the team and is responsible for ensuring all the survey areas are canvassed, identifying any area at risk of not being canvassed, and end-of-night reporting. We are going to drag and drop a few more canvassers to team cards so we can demonstrate some additional features. As you can see, teams 1, 2, 3, and 4 now have canvassers assigned. With this taken care of, we demonstrate how to move team leaders between teams. Once the team leader is identified, they need to be listed in the first position on the team card. To change team leaders, drag the person's name who you want to make the team leader to the first position on the card. A team leader changed pop-up message displays confirming you want to make this change. Click the OK button to confirm. The team member who is now the team leader will also receive a notification on their Hope mobile app. Keep in mind that all members of the team, even if they are not the team leader, can still perform all tasks in the Hope app if needed. Now let's look at how to assign areas to teams. As mentioned earlier, prior to the beginning of Hope, district captains or Hope administrators will create team cards and will assign all areas to teams. It's important that all areas are assigned to teams to make sure they are canvassed. If areas are not yet assigned or need to be reassigned to different teams, just drag and drop the area card from the right-hand areas list to the team tile. You can also move canvassers and areas between teams. The process of moving canvassers and areas between teams is the same as when you're assigning them. Just drag and drop from one team to another. We will demonstrate by clicking and dragging an area from Team 1 to Team 2 and placing the area in the Area View section of the team card. That's it. The area has been moved. There may be times when you want to move an area from one team to another. This might occur when you have a team that has completed all their survey areas and is willing to help another canvassing team complete their areas. In this scenario, you should be in communication with both teams as they will need to refresh the HOPE app on their mobile phones to see the changes being made. Also, you should communicate with your borough captain to see if areas need to be moved to another HOPE site, or if NYPD or parks escorts need to be notified to change teams. Now that we have seen how to move survey areas and canvassers between teams, let's look at how we add a new team to a site. There may be times when you need to create additional teams. This can be useful if you have more than the expected number of canvassers and want to create additional teams, so the number of canvassers per team is not too high. To add a team, click the plus Add Teams button. A pop-up will appear asking you to confirm the addition and giving you the option to choose the team's position or rank. By default, the new team is assigned the next available team number in ascending order. If you want the team to appear in a higher position, use the drop-down menu to select a different rank. Changing the position will not delete any existing teams. It will simply reorder the current team cards. For our example, we accept the default value and click the Add button. The number of teams increased, in our case, to 12. We then scroll down the screen to view the newly added team card. A few things to keep in mind about teams. If you want the team to appear in a higher position, you can now renumber a team to move it up by using the drop-down. Teams cannot be deleted once they are created if that team has any surveys, canvassers, or areas associated with it. If you end up with an extra team card, that team can only be deleted if that team does not have any surveys, canvassers, or areas associated with it. You can also minimize and maximize the team cards to make it easier to view specific team details by clicking the arrow to the right of the Notes field. Now that we've learned how to check in and assign canvassers to areas and teams, let's see how to monitor canvassers' activity after they are deployed. You can use the Area Maps tab or List of Areas tab to monitor canvassers' progress in real time. Both tabs have the same information, but in a different format, a map versus a list. Let's review the features of the Area Maps first. The Area Maps tab is the first thing you see once you've logged into the dashboard. Below the upper menu bar, there are two groups of informational tiles: Area Status and Team Status. The main body of the screen displays the area maps your teams are responsible for canvassing. When you zoom in on the area map, additional details appear, such as subway lines and stops, which can help you guide canvassers as they navigate to a survey area. We'll cover other area map features later in this video. Other navigational elements on the screen are the global filter and the Show Police Precinct indicator. Now that we've discussed the overall layout of the area map screen, let's take a closer look at this screen from the viewpoint of a district captain. We will start with the 4 area status tiles: Not Started, In Progress, Completed, and At Risk. Prior to the canvassers starting the count, the Not Started tile should show the same number. These numbers show how many areas haven't started compared to the total number of areas to be canvassed. The In Progress tile should display 0 areas in progress. Complete should reflect 0 areas completed, and At Risk should also reflect 0. As the count starts, these tiles will update. If you're ever unsure of the data being presented in a tile, click the blue information icon to display a definition. To demonstrate, we click the icon for In Progress. The message states the number of areas in progress over the total number of areas. We then click OK to close the window. For the team status, there are 4 informational tiles: Teams Not Started, Stalled Teams, Completed Teams, and Services Requested. Now that you understand the data on these tiles, let's see how you can use filters during the HOPE count to see how your teams are progressing. The Area Status tiles and the Team Status Service Requested tile can be clicked to display area maps that are updated during the count. For example, if we click on the at-risk tile, the map view updates to display only those areas at risk. To clear the zoom, you can re-click the tile or click the Clear Filter link. The Not Started, Stalled, and Completed tiles come with a filter feature to view area maps based on their status. For instance, if the stalled tile shows 2 stalled teams and you want to see the teams in areas quickly, just click the eye icon. The Teams with Status Stalled window pops up, displaying the stalled teams. Click on a team name or the site name to see the specific areas that are stalled. To go back to the unfiltered area map view without any filters, simply click on the Clear Filter link. Now that we have reviewed the information tiles, let's look at the area maps. In the body of the area map screen, you see all the areas your teams must canvass. There are a few methods to better view your survey areas. First, let's look at how we zoom in. There are multiple ways to do this. Click Ctrl+ on your keyboard and we zoom in. Using Ctrl-, we zoom out. In the top left-hand corners of the map, there are plus and minus icons, which when clicked, zoom in and out. And finally, click on the map and use the scroll button on your mouse. In addition to the zoom features, there is also a full screen button located below the plus and minus controls. When selected, it hides the area and team status tiles. Press the Escape key on your keyboard to exit full screen view. When the count begins, the screen displays both the surface areas and the subway stations that need to be surveyed. As teams begin canvassing the surface and subway areas, those areas will change color to indicate their current status. Gray represents not started. Blue is in progress. Green is completed. And red is at risk of not being completed. In addition to the status color, each area map displays the area code and the team number underneath for surface areas. Note: teams may be responsible for covering only surface areas, only subways, or a combination of both. Now let's see what happens when you click on a survey area. When you click on an area pop-up displays. You see the team number, the team leader's name and phone number, and the site you are managing. Note: the team leader's name and phone number are pre-populated on the area map screen but can be changed from the Teams tab if you need to change the team leader. The map pop-up view can be zoomed in by clicking the plus or minus buttons in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. This feature can be helpful when assisting a team leader who is unsure of their area boundaries. Below the map, the area number is displayed along with drop-down menus and checkboxes to change the area status and team assignment, or select if a car is required. We will review those scenarios in a bit when we cover how to track your teams. We click Cancel to close the window. Next, we will review how to filter all the information on the Area Maps tab. It can be helpful to use the global filter to focus the content on the Area Maps tab. To demonstrate, we click on the filter icon. A global filter displays, which enables you to filter by typing text into the search field or using drop-down menus such as Team, Statuses, or Services Requested. To demonstrate how to filter, we click the Select Team drop-down and choose a team number. And click the Apply button. The map updates showing just the team we filtered for. To view all teams again, we click the Clear Filter button. Note: borough captains and HOPE admins have additional filtering options to filter for specific boroughs, called zones in the dashboard and HOPE sites. You've just learned how to navigate the Area Map screen. We will now navigate to the next dashboard tab, List of Areas. The second tab in the HOPE application is the List of Areas. This tab provides essentially the same information and functionality as the area maps, but in a list view. The one additional data point provided is surveys submitted. As within most list views, columns can be sorted. To show you how this works, we click on the area name in the first column. The screen reloads with the list sorted. We then click the name again and the list resorts. You are also able to search the columns for any data included within the column. To demonstrate this, we click on the filter icon in the team column. In the search box, we enter the number of a team and click enter on our keyboard. The screen reloads with the team displayed. To remove the filter, make sure the field is blank and click the filter icon. In the map column, when we click on the map icon, it opens the map window where you can view and update the area. This is the same pop-up you see when selecting the map on the Area Maps tab. As we are not making any changes, we click Cancel. The Survey Submitted column displays a count of the surveys being submitted by our canvassing teams for each specific area. Next, we will show you how to view your area and list of areas side by side. You can view the Area Maps and List tabs side by side if you right-click the DHS Hope tab in your browser and select either Move to another window or duplicate the tab. This works with all tabs. We now have two List of Area tabs in the browser. We click the Area Maps tab in the current browser, and we now can use the browser to tab back and forth between the Area Maps and List of Areas. You need to refresh in both windows to make sure the information is synchronized. Now that we have learned how to navigate the dashboard, we will talk through some scenarios for managing and monitoring canvassers in the field. Note, it's possible to perform many of the tasks we will cover in multiple places in the dashboard. Just prior to the start of the deployment, usually between 11 p.m. and 12 a.m., you should navigate to the Area Maps tab and confirm all the areas are not started in the Area Status tile. Sometimes areas can be flipped to In Progress when a team is familiarizing themselves with the mobile application or started an area a few minutes early. If this occurs, you should contact the team and ask them to wait for the official start time. Then click the area on the Area Maps tab and select Not Started from the Change Status dropdown. If the team submitted a survey too early, they could delete the survey in the app. Any surveys with start times before the official start time will be disregarded in the final results. When canvassing does start, the informational tiles will update as your teams begin canvassing and begin using their Hope survey application on their phones. After allowing some time for teams to travel to their assigned areas, you should expect to see areas changing to In Progress for each team. This is your first indication that the teams are canvassing and using the mobile application. If you don't see activity after a while, contact the team to make sure they made it to the location and that their app is working. They won't be able to submit a survey in the app until they start an area first. It's always a good idea to refresh your screen periodically to make sure you are reviewing the latest data. Identifying the correct areas where surveys are collected is very important for our estimate. As teams are completing their areas, make sure they are closing the areas before continuing to the next area. If a team finished an area but forgot to close it out on the mobile application, you would need to change the status from In Progress to Completed in the Map pop-up on the Area Maps tab. The dashboard updates to the last section by any member of a team, so if two teammates are working in different areas, the dashboard will show two areas in progress. Canvassers are therefore instructed to start and finish areas as a team in the app. Another indication that teams are canvassing their areas is the submission of surveys. You can find this information in the List of Areas tab or on the Survey Report tab, which we will review later. Some areas will have no one to survey, but it's a good idea to check in with teams who have no surveys completed after a while to make sure their app is working and that they're following the Hope methodology. Discuss with your borough captain and HOPE administrators what to look for as you're preparing for the night. And it's also recommended to watch the training video for canvassers so you can see their instructions and the walkthrough of the HOPE mobile app. The Stalled Team Informational tile on the Area Maps tab helps you identify potential delays to a team's canvassing. Stalled teams are those teams who have completed an area but have not started a new area. Teams may appear stalled for a short period of time as they travel between areas, but you should reach out to teams if they've been stalled for a while to make sure they haven't encountered any problems. About midway through the count, you should review the progress of your teams to see if you can begin spotting potential areas at risk of not being surveyed. You should then reach out to the teams who appear behind in their canvassing and see if they can complete all their survey areas. If they are unsure if they can complete their areas, you should mark the area or areas at risk. You should then contact your borough captain to discuss ways to complete the area, such as assigning it to another team or another HOPE site. To mark an area at risk, click the area map and select At Risk from the Change Status drop-down menu. When we select At Risk and click Save, the subway icon or surface area turns red and the At Risk informational tile updates. When an area is no longer at risk, you should update the area to the appropriate status. It's very important to closely track the status of areas to make sure all areas are canvassed. The Teams drop-down in the map pop-up on the Area Maps tab allows you to quickly reassign an area from one team to another. This feature can be useful if a team is finishing their canvassing early and you want to assign them an area from a team that has an area at risk. To demonstrate this, we click the Team drop-down menu and select the team who we want to transfer the area to. We then click Save. The area map page reloads and reflects the area reassignment. Note: if the count has started and you reassign a survey area, you will need to notify both teams, the one losing an area and the one gaining a survey area, as they will need to refresh their mobile applications to see the change. Also, let your borough captain know if you're unable to assign an area, and they can see about assigning the area to another site by clicking on the area code in the List of Areas tab and selecting another borough or site in the Area View detail. Completed teams are those teams who have finished surveying all their assigned areas. If a team is in completed status with substantial time left in the night, you can assign more areas to the team to relieve the burden on other teams. Now that you know how to use the HOPE dashboard to monitor the count, let's walk through how you'll work with teams when they submit a service request from their mobile app for someone seeking shelter, and transportation needs to be arranged. When a volunteer submits a survey with a transportation request on their mobile device, that request will automatically appear under the Service Requested tab. The survey question also includes a reminder for volunteers to call their DC to let them know a transport is needed. When speaking with the volunteer about the transportation request, it's important to confirm who the request is for. Individuals seeking shelter should be transported to the nearest drop-in center. However, if the request involves a family with minors or an unaccompanied minor, the DC must coordinate with their borough captain and the virtual command center to identify the proper location for the transport. Before we see how this works in the HOPE dashboard, let's go over a few important tips to keep in mind. Volunteers are instructed to call their DC after submitting a survey with a service request, something that, as you've seen, is also reinforced within the survey itself. Once notified, the DC and their team coordinate with the assigned driver and stay in communication with the volunteer until the transport is completed. Remember, canvassers should stay with the individual requesting shelter until the van arrives. It is recommended that 1 to 2 DCs manage service requests, especially for larger sites. If you experience any issues with transportation, contact your borough captain. Delays in transport can prevent teams from completing their assigned survey areas. Now that we've reviewed how transport requests are received in the dashboard and how communication flows between the volunteer, district captain, and the borough captain, let's take a look at how this process works within the dashboard. When a team selects yes to the final transport question in the survey, the service requested tile updates to show a new number. This number represents how many teams have submitted a transport request, not the total number of individual requests submitted. To view the area or areas that have surveys submitted, click the tile. The screen reloads and displays the areas where services have been requested, with a star icon indicating a transportation request. Clicking an area status tile, such as In Progress, filters the view to show only the service requests in that status. To see all service requests across every status, simply deselect any currently selected area status tiles. No actions can be taken on a service request from this tile. To perform actions, such as assigning a driver or marking a request complete, you must select Service Request from the upper menu. To see how this works, we click on Service Requests. Every request will automatically include information such as timestamp SR time, pickup address, the geolocation where the survey was submitted. Keep in mind, this location may not be fully accurate. Use it only as a general reference. Service Request ID, a system-generated ID, canvasser name and phone number, team information, including team number, area, and zone. There are several fields that you, as the DC, are responsible for updating. To view these, click on the Edit icon in the Action column. Fields marked with an asterisk are especially important. Status. As you work with your drivers, make sure to keep their assignment status up to date. This helps ensure your dashboard statistics stay accurate. Whenever you update this field, the dashboard metrics in the service request tiles will automatically update as well. Destination. When selecting a destination, start by confirming the pickup location. Then check your DC guide for the list of nearby drop-in centers and choose the one closest to that pickup point. If the closest center is at capacity, select the next closest available option. Remember, the service request tile includes a map view of the request's location. You can use this map to help you identify and select the closest drop-in center. Point of pickup. This required field will autofill as you begin typing the address. It is important to ask the volunteer for the exact street address where the individual needs to be picked up. When you click the pickup link labeled Google in the service request table, the address will appear on the map view. Note, if the volunteer provides extra details, such as a landmark or specific directions, add them to the notes field. Driver information. Enter the driver's details, including name, phone number, email, and estimated time of arrival, ETA, at the pickup location. Tracking the ETA, even with only one driver, helps you manage timing and keep volunteers informed. Notes. Include any information that can help you manage or track the service request. When done updating the service request, click Save. At times, you may want to copy a service request to generate a formatted table that can be pasted into an email or text. To do this, click the Copy link in the Action column. Here's an example of what a copied service request looks like, including date, SRID, pickup point, Google link, canvasser information, and other information. Now that you have seen how to update a service request, let's see some tips for managing the request during the count. Tips for managing your service requests. Customize your SR table. Use the column Selected menu to choose which columns appear in your table. For example, if you only have one vehicle, you may not need to display all the driver fields. Hide the pickup address field. It's based on geolocation and can be inaccurate. Display the point of pickup field instead. This is the reliable address your driver will use. Always update the SR status. When you receive a request, record the point of pickup and any important details. As the request moves forward, update the destination, driver ETA, and other relevant fields. Keeping statuses current ensures the dashboard metrics are accurate and everyone stays aligned. Use the map view. Visualizing service requests on the map can help you plan more effectively. Important: the map displays the point of pickup, not the geolocation-based pickup address. Service requests are also shown on the area map for easier tracking. Sometimes a service request needs to be canceled. either because the individual no longer needs transportation or the request was entered by mistake. In these cases, update the status to canceled and provide a reason for the cancellation. You can filter the dashboard to hide canceled requests. Important: service requests cannot be deleted, even if submitted in error. By keeping your service requests clear, updated, and accurate, you help ensure that transportation support is safe, timely, and coordinated for everyone involved. Now that you know how you'll be using the HOPE dashboard to monitor the count, let's look at how you'll dismiss teams remotely once they've completed all their assigned areas. At the end of the night, all teams must report whether they were able to canvass all their assigned areas. Confirm the total number of surveys completed in each area and report that all members are safely on their way home. There are two methods to conduct the end-of-night reporting. Team leaders will call their district captain and report results, and the use of an online checkout form. The online checkout form is used when a team leader is unable to contact a district captain or under other special circumstances. HOPE administrators will be monitoring the online checkout form and can assist with marking the team as dismissed in the dashboard. Note: the link for the online checkout form will be included in your HOPE materials. Let's look at the features of the end-of-night page and the information that needs to be collected. The end-of-night reporting process involves the district captain collaborating with each team captain to confirm their survey results. Let's look at how this is done. Each team has a drop-down menu that, when opened, shows a list of their survey areas, along with several columns of data that the team leader needs to confirm. For our demonstration, we will work with Team 2. As you can see, the bar displays the team number, a dismissed status, and the team leader's name. To see the team's details, we click the drop-down arrow. When we click the drop-down, the following displays. Area name. The area name lists each area assigned to the team. The list of areas updates if the team's areas were updated during the count. For example, they were assigned an additional area to cover. Area status. This indicates the status of the areas such as not started, in progress, completed, and at risk. These statuses get updated when the team uses the mobile application or when the DC changes the status on the dashboard. When an area changes from not started to in progress, the empty data field's automatically set to 0. This serves as a prompt for the team lead to enter a value. Number of surveys. This shows the count of surveys conducted by the team using the mobile application. Number of homeless. This displays the number of unsheltered persons recorded using the mobile application. This number needs to be confirmed. Confirm number of homeless. The person doing the end-of-night checkout will ask the team leader to confirm the number of homeless people surveyed. This field should match the number displayed in the number of homeless column. If there was a recording error on the mobile device or between team members, the correct value should be entered. Number of decoys and confirm decoys. These fields are used to confirm the number of decoys encountered during canvassing. Some teams may not encounter any decoys. If this occurs, place 0 in the confirm number of decoys field. Comments. If there are differences between the information reported by the mobile application and the actual numbers, use the comments field to explain why. The comments field will be outlined in red when the number of homeless is different than the confirmed number of homeless. This reinforces the need for additional information when a discrepancy is identified. For instance, if the mobile app shows 4 decoys, but the team reports only seeing 3, or if backup surveys were used due to a mobile app issue. This field is also for noting any information that's noteworthy during the compilation of survey results. Dismiss team checkbox. The "I have dismissed this team" checkbox is ticked once all information has been verified with the team leader and the team is dismissed. After dismissing a team, the cluster title bar will be updated to indicate that the team has been dismissed. The dashboard can collapse or expand the team details. The end-of-night page can be filtered to show which teams have been dismissed or not. Borough captains may follow up with team leaders if they have questions, and to confirm survey totals. Note, canvassers can edit, add, or delete surveys in the app during the checkout process to correct any errors. However, when a team has been dismissed, the canvassers in that team will be automatically logged out of the mobile app and will not be able to submit or edit any surveys. Now that you've seen how to complete the end-of-night report, we'll look at the Survey Summary tab. The report is a read-only downloadable report of surveys collected by your teams. The report can be customized to display data that's important to you. To do this, we click the column selected drop-down menu. The blue checkboxes indicate that the data will display in the list view and on your report. You can add and remove checkboxes as required. A maximum of 10 checkboxes can be selected at one time. Also, you can download a copy of the summary by clicking the download button. This report can be useful to review with the team lead if there are missing or duplicate surveys that need to be fixed in the mobile app as you're reviewing the results with the team during the remote checkout. The Summary tab also has a new functionality. You can expand the list of summaries to full screen mode to get a better view. Another pro tip is that you can use this tab to monitor that each team has some surveys registered during the night. This is a great way for you to know their apps are working and that they are following instructions. A few final reminders. Contact your borough captain or HOPE administrator if you're having any issues. Refresh the HOPE dashboard frequently to ensure you are seeing up-to-the-minute information. Similarly, canvassers must refresh their app to see any changes made in the dashboard. Remember, if you filter data, you need to clear the filters to see all the information again. You can open the dashboard in multiple browser windows if you want to see different pages side by side. But be sure to refresh all windows frequently so they remain synced. You can perform a lot of the same tasks on different tabs. Try to look around to familiarize yourself with the dashboard functionality prior to HOPE. Thank you for taking the time to learn about the HOPE dashboard. We look forward to a successful HOPE this year and thank you for all of your hard work.